and welcome back to Blanket Fort. In this second campaign, we'll be playing Blaze in the Dark, the John Harper system, but we've homebrewed most of it. We're not playing in Duskfall, we're playing on Hegemone. This is going to be a 5-episode campaign, and this is episode 2. Now, I like to get my players to do the recap from last session, so Ambereen, will you please let us know what happened last time?
I know what happened. I took copious notes, not just one sentence. So this is going to be good. There was Ida, who is Raya's friend, just got promoted, and Raya asked us to join. I was just running a little late, but I got there as well. We met Ida, and then we were meant to get a drink with Ida later. We were just going to meet them at the bar. And we went to the secret bar place that was not fancy, which I appreciated. But while we were there, we got a note saying that the seed heart of Demeter has been stolen, and that's a planet, and without the seed, it just will die in 48 hours. So they want us to steal it back. Someone from the Circle of Flames, a diplomat, is the one who took it, and that's all that was in the note. We asked what we were getting paid, and they said anything, and we asked for 2% of their GDP going forward.
Business!
And then we went to go find out more. Raya and me went to Raya's friend who owes the money, and found out it was someone who was using the code name Bob, who was a bold dude with a beard and a snake tattoo, and Ace. You did something, but I wasn't there, so I didn't pay as much attention. Hold on. You went to your friend in the library place that is made in a tree. I remember now. And your friend said that they didn't know about it, but they had mentioned the seed to some people a week ago, and also slipped you a note saying that they think they're being watched. Then we got back, and I was like, oh, I'll just go to work because that's where the seed's being kept, apparently. And then the other two decided that they needed to also go without my knowledge. And it was just a series of catastrophes. So it basically ended with them gathering no information, ending up soaking wet, with multiple people having spotted them, being vaguely confused by their existence, and they just climbed out the window again and went back to the ship. And I went to where the super secret stuff is, and the leader is maybe a bit out for me now because I tried to figure out if anyone knew what was going on, and they were the only one who knew and weren't happy about me talking about things. And so and was like, I'm gonna have to take you to Cersei if you keep talking about this, or if anyone talks about it from here on out. I'm taking you to Cersei. Cersei's scary. We don't want that. And then we went back to the ship. Is that it? Oh, I looked inside Cersei's. I remember. No, I looked inside Cersei's office because I was like trying to figure out the layout, and then like 200 taxidermied animals fucking stared back at me. And that's where we ended.
That is, in fact, where we ended.
Was that everything? Did I miss anything important?
I think that was everything.
Yes.
I mean, the thing that you maybe conveniently missed is that it was Dia who sent you to the gondoliers.
Yep. I just got a message. I got a nice little message from someone I know, just saying that what I'm looking for is with the gondoliers.
As people do. Just message people really secret information for no reason.
We don't need to follow up.
Let's dive back in. So we pick back up at the gondoliers' headquarters, which is a lab. Billy, you've just looked through, as you've said, the opaque glass door to Cersei's office, and to see, you said 200, I'm going to say thousands of taxidermied animals.
How can you fit
straight back at you? Thousands. a truly ridiculous amount of taxidermied animals that are here.
One is gross. 1,000.
Strong opinions about taxidermy. You see Cersei sat behind her desk. She has not seen you yet. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna keep walking to the bin. I just wanted to look and get a vague. Do I see enough to understand a vague layout, or?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a bit tricky because there's truly taxidermied animals everywhere. So you can sort of sense that there's clearly a desk in the middle, and she has windows all the way behind her that look onto the outside, and you can see like a cupboard on the side, and all what's it called? A bookshelf. It starts, so it begins.
One day we'll cure you of
on the
being
other
French.
side.
It'll happen.
I know, it'll happen eventually. I'll give it up, I promise. So you see a bookcase on the side of her. She's taken notes, but that's about as much as you can get from looking into it. You don't see the seed from just looking quickly.
That's fine. I think I'm not.
Just out of interest, is there a route from that door to the desk, like through the taxidermy animals, or is it just like block solid taxidermy animals?
No, there's no path where you wouldn't have to move a taxidermied animal out of the way.
Maybe she just drops from the ceiling.
Or the taxidermied animals are not so inanimate. And so when she wants to walk through, because where they can move their heads, and when she walks through, it's like the parting of the Red Sea, but the parting of taxidermy. They all get up, move to one side, let her through, and then move back after she sits down.
Maybe they weren't even animated. She's just so scary that they were like, "Oh, we're getting out of the way. We don't have a consciousness, but now we do." To get out of the way.
I mean, who could tell?
But yeah, I'll just go throw the like bits of plant that I was going to throw in the bin, and then head back to the ship, I think.
Cool. So, all of you in various degrees of dampness meet back at the ship with your dignity, again, on the scale of intact to kind of on the ground currently. But we're not going to talk about that. What we'll do is that we're going to run through downtime now, and for everyone watching at home, we will do all of the downtime with the payoff and the heat and the entanglements on screen once today, and then assume during downtimes later, for the sake of speed, that all of these mechanical things have been done and discussed, and we'll only then be sharing the actual downtime activity portion of downtime, because those are always interesting and plot relevant, which is not necessarily the case of the rest, but if it ever happens that it is, we'll replay that scene on screen again, but it seems unlikely. But for this time, we're going to start with payoff, which is an interesting one. Because the way payoff works is your crew gets reputation, which is how likely people are to respect you on your turf and on other people's turf. Now, you by default get 2, and then you get extra ones depending on like tier stuff, which means you could potentially get 3. Now, you only get 3 if you brag about your score to other people, because reputation is earned when people know what you've done. Now, you can decide to keep what you've done as quiet as possible. That does mean you get no reputation.
So when you say what we've done, you mean me and Rhea climbing through the window, getting in a shower, talking to a few people and climbing out again.
There's also my element of it.
Yeah.
Was yours a high? Did yours class as a score? You just went into your place of work.
I was trying to get information, so I went into the part of my place of work that I wasn't meant to be in. I went into like the secure office and was trying to bullshit people.
That makes sense.
And to be honest, here's the thing, right? So I hauled Ace's ass out the fire on more than one occasion, might I add. So, well, I don't think I'll necessarily brag about it. This is something that, you know, unless you want going everywhere. Definitely to, like, some friends and compatriots, I will kiki about the time, about, you know, helping this absolute incompetent deal with her problems. Ida will definitely know about it. A couple other co-workers will probably know about it.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think because here's the thing, like, why I've gone there, I won't tell nobody. We'll be like, yeah, no, I went in, you know, I was casing the joint with a co-worker, like, kind of, you know, with like a underground co-worker or whatever, and she was an absolute incompetent, fucked it up on numerous occasions, and I did my best to save it every time. Now, is that exactly true? Would I say it though? Yes.
Okay, in that case, I think I'll give you 2 rep, because not everyone is talking about it. You're not bragging, but the word is getting out that you have attempted this score. So I will give you 2 rep. So the way I'm going to play it is when you get to when you get to that thing, to the end of that line, you'll go up a tier, just to simplify all of those mechanics. Again, we're playing in a short campaign, there's no reason to be using all the rules. And am I doubling rep? Yeah, you're not going to do that many scores. So I guess you're getting 4 rep for this failed attempt at information gathering. I'll write it down on my end. You need to get 12 to go up a tier. You would also get coin, technically, but this really, really wasn't anything to do with money. So I'm going to say that you're not getting any money from this. Also, I've not made money really essential. Coin is interesting when you want to play more downtime activities, because you can spend a coin to do an extra downtime activity. But there'll be other moments where you can get coin from the score. You're not going to have found like a secret cache of money hidden somewhere in the lab. So it made sense for me to give you no coin, which again is not the rules. But we'll move on to heat, and that is how loud you've been. Now,
Yeah.
you were pretty loud.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there's nothing between contained standard exposure and loud and chaotic high exposure. I'm gonna give you the thing that's in between those two, because I think you weren't like dragged out of there by...
We didn't like blow anything up, you know?
You didn't blow anything up. There wasn't like actual exposure to you specifically, apart from like individual people saw who you were. So I'm giving you 3 heat for this. You can add heat if it was like a high profile, well connected target, or if it was hostile turf, but Biddy, you work there. So I'm gonna say it's not hostile turf, and it wasn't particularly high profile, because this is again, only a tier 2 group. Things might be different when you start hitting a bit higher. You're not at war, no one died, so you're getting 3 heat for this.
So we've got 4 rep and 3 heat, is that right?
Yes. Do I double heat?
So if we're doubling everything to make things move quicker...
Yeah.
I think so. I think it needs to be doubled.
Okay.
So long as heat is a cumulative thing.
What do you mean?
Like, it does add up, it doesn't like reset, and that's just the current heat we're at.
No. So you can, one of the downtime activities you can do is to get rid of your heat.
Okay.
Because getting to the end of the heat bar gets you a wanted level, which basically means worse entanglements. And it means like you're going to be more and more on people's radar. But again, the timeline of this is going to be really short. So I think it makes sense for your heat to rise quite quickly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool. We're doing
I just
6
saw
heat,
wild,
6 heat.
devastating exposure, and I was like, I feel like I should double check something.
Okay, so that's payoff in heat. Now entanglements is something to roll for. You currently have 6 heat, which is quite bad. Because your wanted level is currently 0, I'm going to roll 2 dice and take the lowest one of the 2.
Right.
There we go. Okay, that's pretty lucky. That's a 3 and a 2.
Nice.
So it's a 2, and what that means is interrogation.
I mean, if it can be flipped, maybe that one might make more sense.
Okay, so who are you thinking for flipped?
I mean, if Maz is okay with it, Raya's friend who gave the information, potentially.
Yeah, doesn't.
Oh,
So
that
def-
makes sense.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to
definitely
come
does not
back
like
to
me
them.
no more. We are not friends.
And what I'm
Yeah.
going to say is that if you go back to that guy, it will take an extremely good roll to convince him to do anything. Like it'll be a 6 or a crit, or you're not getting stuff out of him.
Okay.
Cool. That's done for entanglements. I think that works fine. We're going to have a look at XP now, because on your sheet you all have XP to do with your own characters. So we'll do...
Yep.
Wait, if you're still on the smuggler's sheet, we can do the crew XP first. There's a bunch of questions, and you get to mark 2 XP for each question that you answer yes to. The first one is, did you execute a successful smuggling or acquire
No.
new clients or contraband sources?
We acquired new clients
We did actually acquire a new client.
on a technicality.
Okay, on a technicality. Fine, I'll give you 2 for that. Did you contend with challenges above your current stations? I'm going to say no. You didn't contend with anything.
I mean, Billy did. Billy
lied.
did.
Billy did.
Billy contended with his superiors over stuff he should not have been going in there for.
Yeah, especially because with the deposition, the thing was that the superior tried to convince Billy that they'd have to be like dragged before Cersei. They ever spoke about it again.
Mm-hmm.
The superior actually failed that role. So Billy managed to resist the request of a senior employee.
I'm going to give you 1 XP instead of 2 because that was well argued.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one?
I don't think there's any
Bolster
arguing
our
with this.
reputation.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't think we were all that impressive this time around.
Maybe, yeah. And then the final one is, did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew?
Ooh, what was our essential nature again? It's like rebellious or dangerous or something, isn't it?
Daring.
Daring, that's it.
We were definitely daring because we tried some bullshit. Like
We did try some
Raya?
bullshit.
Really
We-
did.
Billy as well. Both Raya and Billy pulled some bullshit.
Ace trying to convince people that Ace and Ray are a thing. It's pretty
Even though
daring.
Raya would never.
You know what? I'm giving it to you. This is too funny and entertaining, and I don't want to, shut it down. So I'm giving you 2 more XP for this.
Hey!
Daring
Okay,
in a very
you're halfway
low-key
through.
way.
What's our crew's special ability? Have we got that? Because it's not on the sheet.
I've written down just passing through.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, so we'll start with Maz. Every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP, so that's what you've been doing. And
Yep.
then you're going to be marking 2 XP for each yes to these. Did you address a challenge with deception or influence?
Absolutely.
Absolutely yes.
Yes.
You can mark 2 XP for that, and you can... I think you can decide between putting it into your playbook, and when that gets to the end, you get to pick a new special ability.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can decide to put it in one of the others as well. So you could upgrade your resolve right now if you wanted.
I think I'm gonna just level up my resolve because I'm almost there already.
Yeah.
I may as well. And I'm gonna put an extra dot into. Just remind me, what does a tune do?
Originally in the real game, it's when you deal with the ghosts. In this, it'll be when you have to deal with science that's so advanced it feels like magic.
Okay. In which case then, I am going to put an extra dot in consort because I feel like I'm going to need it this session.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Yeah, because I was a greedy bastard.
So you can get 2 again for playbook or any other action attribute section that you want to put in. Susie, did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem?
No. There was no chance for me to like blow something up or tinker with things or anything. I kept looking for an opportunity. There wasn't.
Could have messed with the shower head to make it. I don't know what you could have done.
Literally the only thing I could have done is like I could have done something on the lock of the door. That was literally like yeah.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
We are helping people by getting the seed. And I'm doing it for money. I feel like inherently that whole kind of subterfuge, fight the machine kind of thing is quite my character.
I'll give it to you. You can have 2 ticks.
Okay.
Cool, Ambereen. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
I don't think I did, because I didn't try and coerce people, I just tried to lie to them.
You did command someone.
I did command someone. Who did I try to command?
I don't really remember.
You did. It was when you said, "Tell me where the seed is." The seed.
Yeah, and then she
That
got
was
mad at you.
command.
Yeah.
Was that Ant?
No, that was Jane.
To be fair, it wasn't also very coercive. It was just me.
Yeah,
being like,
you didn't
"Tell me."
decide to be a bit violent. So, did you express your beliefs, your drives, your heritage, or your background?
I did insist that we do this job even if they don't give us money.
That's true. I'll give you 2 for that, for sure. Are we ready to go into downtime?
Yes.
Cool.
I think the first thing I'm going to do is reduce some heat on us. Because we've got a lot for not doing actually accomplishing very much. And so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start a bunch of directly conflicting rumours.
Nice.
So
I like
that the same like story of what happened, now it involves like 5 or 6 different crews, different thieves, people who are dead, you know, like someone's claiming that like Cersei herself tried to break into her own place. So that basically there is so much noise that it means that people are less likely to believe that we actually did it.
I do like that, yeah. Go ahead. Roll whatever action you want to roll with.
I'm running with Sway, so I think that's probably one that makes the most sense. And I've got 2 dice for that one. I'm rolling. 2.
2 was your highest?
2 was, I got 1 and a 2.
So it begins.
What did you get for 2?
You get 1 heat removed.
Like plus 1 heat.
No, you
No,
get reducing
minus 1. You,
Oh, thank
regardless,
God.
you reduce heat is just quite
Okay.
bad.
I mean, it's something. Okay, I tried, guys.
And you got -1 heat from just from your special ability, from your smuggler's special ability.
So there we go.
So
we're
you're
down to
down
4.
you're down to 4.
We're doing good.
Okay, Billy, what do you want to do?
I think I might train by just practicing lies. I'm just gonna.
I like that.
I'm gonna just keep walking up to these 2 and then just saying a statement that isn't true and trying to say it convincingly. I'm like, the sky is purple today, and then just see if it if it sounds sincere, and then get some tips and feedback.
Love it.
So cute. Okay, go ahead. Mark 2 XP. As always, double it. For that.
That means I have filled the resolve one.
Oh, cool.
So I'm
What are
going
you
to add
putting a
one
dot
to
in?
sway.
Sounds good. Ace, what do you want to do?
First of all, so heat. If we've got 4 heat, what does that mean for the game?
It just means that next downtime, the consequence for your entanglement will keep going up until you have more heat means you're closer to getting a wanted level, which means you'll be rolling with more and more dice for entanglement, so the results will be worse and worse.
Cool. So 4 I'm not happy with then. That's all right. In which case, I think I'd like to do a long-term project.
Ooh, go ahead.
And I would like to try and hack into the Circle of Flame CCTV system.
Oh.
Love that.
Because I have so much techie skill that I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm thinking that there's got to be some way to do that, so that's what I'm going to start trying to do.
That's going to be a 6-piece clock.
That makes sense. So is that going to be possible for us to complete within this campaign?
With a crit, you can get 5 ticks, and then it goes down from there. But 6 is totally doable in 2 downtimes.
Okay.
Especially if you get people to help you, and even if it is 3 downtimes, there will be 3 downtimes within the session, so you'll get through that.
Cool.
And what I'll say is, if it happens after the plot line for the Circle of Flame it won't be dealt with, but it might not be the thing you're interested in at that moment. I'm going to say that when you finish that clock, you've essentially hacked into Hegemone CCTV.
Okay, cool. So what do I need to roll?
Tinker.
3d6 if you're getting help.
Okay, cool. It was just the segments thing. It made me think you know what I mean?
Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't
Sorry,
expect
here we
clocks, I didn't think.
That's all good. Ooh. A 1, 2, and 4.
4 is not bad. With 4 or 5, you get 2 segments of that clock filled in.
Okay. Could have been better. We can live with that.
Could have been better. Not gonna lie. Okay, there we go. And I'll keep...
Wait, how many segments was that?
2.
2, okay.
That's 2. But hack into Hegemony CCTV is now a thing that anyone can do amongst the group. And I'll keep you updated during downtimes up till how far you've got to go. Cool. Araya, what's your second downtime activity?
I think that my second downtime activity, having learned that Ace is currently trying to hack into Hegemony CCTV, I am going to work on my Tinker. And I'm going to do that by, rather work on my inside or whatever. And I'm going to do that basically by shadowing Ace, pretty much. Asking questions, finding out what she's doing, so that I can know more about the technical side of things.
Yeah, who's the expert now?
Very good.
After you bragging about how bad I am.
Billy, what do you want to do next?
I think what I'll do is, if I see the long-term project happening, I might try and look into how the CCTV thing works. So I'm trying to help the long-term project by using study.
Yep, I'm happy for that to happen. Go ahead.
Cool. I will roll these 2.
Ooh. Does Billy get an extra dice because they know someone?
I don't think Billy knows many people who can help, unfortunately. I was thinking about it and I was like...
I mean, it depends. Do you... the thing is, I allowed it without roleplay for Ace because it made sense, but if Billy wants help from the Circle of Flame, there's a scene that needs to happen that is not gonna I'm not just gonna say yes.
No, it's fine. I'll just roll my study dice. I don't need help. I'm fine.
Cool. Good.
One of these is gonna be a 6. I'm telling you.
My dudes, please.
I tested these dice, and yeah, I got a 2 and a 1.
I think that's just like 1. Yeah, that's just 1. It does mean you're already halfway to hacking with those horrendous rolls. You're already halfway.
Like, I tested the dice roller. I did.
You did.
I just
I'm just gonna do a practice roll again to see what is going on. I got a 4 and a 1 that time. Is the next one gonna be good? I got a 6 and a 1 that one.
Okay,
So that's not great. You've had 3 1s in a row.
Yeah. Is it the same one rolling me a 1 every time? It is! It's getting rejected. Out!
Get rid of it.
Cast it out!
Okay, Ace, what do you want to do for your final downtime activity, and then we'll move back into free play.
I'm gonna roll 3 again. Let's pick these 3. These 3 are looking healthy.
Healthy looking dice.
And I got 5s.
Okay, you got 5s. I think that's the same as 4s. So you're getting 2 more.
Okay.
Which means you're 1 away from hacking into Hegemone CCTV, which means it will get done next downtime.
If you... No, we don't have any coin. God damn it.
No, you don't have
none of
coin.
us.
We've established this. We've spent a while establishing that you don't have coin. But you have solid friends in the Sparkerites, which maybe will come in handy. I don't know. Maybe. That's everything for downtime. You're all back at the ship. You've dried yourselves. You've went and spread some rumors to make sure that it couldn't get directly traced back to you. You're so nearly there into hacking into Hegemone CCTV. You can taste it. And where do you want to go next? What do you want to do now?
So does anyone know who Bob is? Can we find out? Or what he does?
I guess, like, you know, when... Just remind me, Ace, when you went to the Circle of Flame, did Kara know who Bob was?
So, Kara, we didn't have the description of him at the time.
Okay.
Kara did say, I think I know who that will probably be, because there was someone who'd like been on like some weird trip away last week. So she had an idea of who she thought it was. Now we have the description. I would like to run it past her and see if this is the right person and who they are.
Yeah.
I think that would be really good to do. I am a little worried about contacting her because she thinks that someone might be following her, watching her. So I think if I'm going to contact her again, I need to like do it at night. I need to do it like in a way where like I don't think I could just send a message over the system.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's going to get intercepted. So I'd like to go and have a chat with her, but I think we need to be careful how we do that.
Okay. I had a thought, so, like, the Cedar Demeter will be a big deal for the park. Like, once, you know, the whole, like, crimes against humanity bits of it calms down, there will, like, I know my employers, they're gonna turn it into a big exhibit, like one of those, like, you know, taking the peek into a lost civilization type pieces. That takes big planning. So I think this would be a good chance for me to go and have a chat with Ida and see if she's heard anything about a big new exhibit coming up. You know, because if they're already beginning to build the enclosure for it, that might give us some clues as to exactly where it's held.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there is also, because it's meant to be with the gondoliers, and I know that didn't go well last time, but there's a good chance it's in Cersei's office. Do you know anything about Cersei, Rhea?
Oh, well, yes, actually, because I know something about literally everybody that comes through. she is a smart one. So I don't know anything too big or too scandalous. I feel like A would veto that one. So, but I do know that she has a weakness for Texas Hold'em. And so she plays at least once a week. Exactly what day varies depending on her schedule. But I reckon that probably within the next 48 hours, she will be out of her office at some point to go play a game of Texas Hold'em. Exactly when? I think that I could go to a rather exclusive casino I know and see if anybody knows.
Okay, and then because if it is in her office, we'd need to like have someone to stop her from coming back if she's on her way back, and if we're in there. But also the animals in there are terrifying. Have you seen them?
Well, no, because we left.
I mean, you describing them to us was quite chilling. Like,
Yeah.
there are not many things that I think creep me out quite as much as that image.
I am honestly surprised that Rhea, you don't like know her personally more, because she's like hot and scary, and that's like your thing.
Yeah, but I am, unfortunately, local service. Although, actually, oh my god, I have an idea. Okay, so depending on how my visit to my exclusive casino friends goes, I may have an idea of how to get into Cersei's office. So I reckon that if I can call in some favors and convince the right people, we could set up a last minute high stakes poker game that I will like be the dealer for, and get Cersei out of her office for a few hours so the two of you have a chance of getting in.
I think if we were to do that, we have to be sure it's there. So
Yeah.
maybe we should check on the other leads first
Cool.
to get more information.
Yeah,
Because she's so scary.
Yeah.
like wherever this
Cool.
seed is, it's got to have good security on it, right?
Mm.
So like,
100%.
I feel like one of us would have heard if there was some big security detail that had suddenly been pulled to some weird room. Like, Billy, if you've not heard anything at work or whatever. So, I don't know. I think the office makes sense, but also it'd be... Unless there's some serious security on that office, for her to leave it there with no one else guarding it, do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. This has got to be somewhere
Other
which is
than
secure.
the thousands of taxidermied animals that move.
Well, I know. But that's why...
A guy in like a bear costume.
Like,
Waiting.
I'm sorry, there's fully a kraken in her office. If she can get moving in the animals, wouldn't it be that difficult to disguise a couple of security guards as like a kraken, a unicorn, and an otter bear? Right? So... but how about this? If we gather some more intel, see if we can get any indication of where this stuff is, meet back at the ship in a couple of hours, and then if we get an idea of where the seed is held, we can then see which of us has the best chance of creating the necessary circumstances to go in and steal it.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think we need a lot more info before we do the final heist of trying to get this seed. Speaking of which, the only reason we think the seed is in that building currently is because of your tip, Billy.
You need to talk to Dia, see what else they
And
know.
this is like a serious assumption that we are making at this point, that tip is correct. And also...
The tip's correct.
But also, if they know that much, they've got to know more. They can't know that single fact of where it's being held without knowing more.
I don't want to talk to her.
We can do it.
No, that's worse. That's worse.
Look, you, Billy, you go.
She won't tell you shit.
You go do something else. We can break in. Like we'll just kind of rough them up a little bit.
That's
persuade them to
literally
do
what
what we
I'm good
want.
for.
Here's the thing, right, Billy? Dia knows and trusts you enough to send you like this text message or whatever. It'll go so much faster if you talk to Dia. And frankly, honey, I don't actually care that you don't like her. We're talking, remember, you're the one who wanted to do this to save a dying planet. Are you really going to let an entire planet die for the sake of your comfort and convenience? I thought you were better than that, actually. I really thought that you cared. I really thought that you were a person, like, me doing it makes sense. I'm a bitch. But, like, I thought you were a decent person. I was actually relying on you to be the conscience of our group. If you can't do that, if you can't take that, I mean, that's fine, that's alright, we'll manage, but we'll have to really deeply reassess our opinion of you as a person. And I will expect way more underhand shit from you from now on. You can't pull this, no, it's the wrong thing to do, no more. If you won't have a strong conversation to save the lives of billions of people.
Right now, Billy, whether we find the seed or not pretty much depends on whether we go and talk to Dia. Whether that planet survives and all those people survive pretty much depends on whether you can put up with a little bit of awkwardness.
I'll go.
I mean, like, one of us can go with you if that would help.
No. I'll go.
Billy.
Alright.
You're a good person. And I don't trust many people. I pretty much trust you. But I think one of us needs to go with you. I'm not comfortable with you going to talk to Dia by yourself. Rhea, you're pretty good when it comes to talking to people. I'm more of a sit in the background kind of person, but I think
you can come along if you don't say anything, just because I don't trust you not to just come along anyway and then mess everything up.
Okay, fine, point taken. I will come along, and unless you ask me to do anything, or I will just there to be a calming and charming presence. And yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay?
But you're not allowed follow-up questions to me.
I can't promise that, babe.
About things that aren't relevant.
I mean, Billy, if you don't want Rhea to go with you, you could just tell us the deal with you two right now. And then we don't need Rhea to go and babysit you.
I mean, 1 second, I need to get up. I am falling. This is not going to be graceful. No, I want it. We'll just go. It's fine. We'll just go. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
All right. We can talk to your people first.
No, I think Dia's more urgent. We'll go and see Dia first, because I can catch Ida whenever. Like, that's not a thing. But we need to get. Yeah, you and Dia, we need to sort that out. So let's go there first.
Okay.
And then we'll circle back to Ida, and that'll be fun. Like, that'll be a nice little palate cleanser afterwards.
Okay, can we... Let me just grab some chocolates that she likes, and I'll be back.
Oh, Billy!
Okay.
She's not gonna help us if it just is helpful.
Okay.
Rhea, you're gonna have fun.
Oh, I'm gonna have a great time.
Wait, is just Rhea going? No, you need to come with, because otherwise Rhea will absolutely speak.
That's it.
I promise! I give you my word, okay? That unless specifically instructed, or shit gets, like, ridiculously dire, that I will be silent. I will just be there to smile and look cute.
We'll fly on the wall.
Now, I believe your promise. I just think a second opinion on what is considered dire would be helpful.
So, I think I need to go and talk to Clara. I trust Rhea, you trust Rhea, you know.
Like,
okay, it's fine.
I know what dire is. Dire is when I have to, like, chat shit so that we don't get our asses kicked out the gondoliers. But thank you for trusting me, Ace. I appreciate it. Okay? So, like, trust me. Okay? I have been in so many more difficult social situations than you have, I think. So I will know what Daya looks like.
Okay, cool.
I have
Are you
zero
happy?
confidence, but let's go.
So you two happy for me to go see Clara, and if I find out the name of the diplomat, maybe go scope him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Go follow our mysterious Bob.
If
A little
you
bit.
just don't do anything risky at all.
Nothing risky. Nothing
Yeah.
Don't turn on any showers. I'm never letting you forget.
Go
that
through
one.
the canals, not the vents. We know the canals. You can get around unseen and it's fine.
Okay, I'll be back on my A game, you know?
Yeah.
Be back to my normal self.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Should we split?
Cool. So, you're splitting the party once more, because that works just so well.
To be fair, it went wrong when we tried to reunite the party last time.
That's true. That's correct. Cool. So, we'll start with Kara, I think, because Dia might take a bit longer. But yeah. Cool. So you make your way back down. Are you making your way back down to the Library of the Circle of Flame, or are you?
So I'm hoping
finding
it's a
way
time
to
of day
meet somewhere else?
where Cara is at home,
Okay.
but I'm not
Cool.
sure if that's a valid thing to just...
Yeah. I think the people who work at the greenhouse have homes like around
Cool.
the area where they work because of how big the greenhouse is. So you'd be going into the greenhouse anyways. But you can stay clear of the circle.
Well, I'd like to
There's no
send...
problem with that.
I'm not sure on this. I think I'd like to send Cara a message that just says, let's meet for coffee. And
Okay, I'll allow you to have, because of your past with her, to already have like a coded way of communication, because it makes sense that you would have specific sentences that communicate certain levels of like importance to your messages.
yeah, so I'll say, let's meet for coffee, and I will say, like, a code name that means a certain spot that we always meet.
Cool, where is that?
So that is going to be... Ooh. Let's say on a certain busy train carriage.
Cool. I like that. So you're currently, the fastest train on Hegemone is the one that goes from the docking station to the greenhouse, because that's what a lot of people tend to do quickly. Like, it doesn't matter if the tourists don't get where they need to go quickly, but the workers need to be able to move around really quickly. So you're on that train. It has a really nice coffee shop as one of the carriages, and you kind of walk in and sit down, and it's one of those trains where you can decide the mood that you want from the carriage you're in. The person who's given the most money is the person who decides the vibe for that carriage for like an hour. So you walk in and it's like super gloomy and dark, and there's like red neon lights, and then immediately someone just walks up to the person at the behind the coffee bar, and gives like a bunch of money, and it's like, please change this, it's hurting my brain. And they change it to like nice, and suddenly the windows turn white, and then there's flowers growing, and that's kind of like the animation on the train of flowers growing, and it's a much nicer space that you walk in now.
Very nice. Okay, I first am going to use survey just to see if anybody followed me here. Cool. If we could notice anyone
Go
being
ahead.
dodgy. I have a 1 in survey, so that's all good. I got a 1.
Listen, you're a bit confused. The neon lights are
sudden
kind of like
change.
messing with your perception. The sudden change of atmosphere is messing with your surveying abilities. So you have no idea.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go sit at a table with Cara in like a quiet spot away from anyone, but there's kind of like enough noise from the chain and everything that like nobody would be able to overhear us.
Cool.
That's all right.
You wait on your own there for like 5 minutes, which is surprising because Kara's never late, and she arrives kind of out of breath and is like, I took the long way.
I mean, I think that's wise precaution. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want to sit down?
I don't think I've been followed. Oh, yes. And she sits down. She's tired. she's exhausted already.
Okay, I'm going to say, go on, let's get off this train. And we walk all the way down the carriages and we see if anyone follows us.
Roll survey again?
Cool. 6!
Okay, so that cancels out the 1, because otherwise I was just going to say you don't know. I think you have the feeling that it was clearly a good idea to not meet back at the Circle of Flame, and it feels safe here.
Okay, cool. In which case we'll sit down in a spot that feels a bit quieter. And I'll say to Kara, so have you found out anything since we last talked?
Yes. Herb is gone. Herb is the man. Herb. That's his name. He's
so
gone.
Herb, is he tall, brown beard, white, bold, snake tattoo around the neck?
Yes, that would be Herb. How do you know this?
I have my ways.
Of course you do. I don't know why I even doubted you. She goes, yeah, so he came back. I'm sure I saw him. He was like bragging and acting a bit weird. And then he like went for drinks and was like, drinks are on me. And then he just went to some like shady club that no one's heard of. And I mean, you know, one of those clubs that no one's heard of, but then when you go there, it's just people you've met everywhere else. And he went there and he's not come back. So there was a meeting this morning in the Circle of Flame. The leaders were like, oh, don't worry, we'll deal with it in-house. You know how they are. They don't really like to communicate. I did bring it up to my boss that I wasn't, you know, I didn't know about any mission. And he definitely acted suspicious, like, oh, we must have forgotten to let you know. Oh, you know, it was decided kind of rapidly by the Oracle, and you don't want to say anything against the Oracle. But I don't know, man. I've been followed. I know it inside my heart. I've been followed, and this is weird. It feels weird, and you know what I think about Hegemone. And, you know, I've done terrible things, but this feels just too big, even for them.
So, your friends, your network, are they doing anything about this? Is there a plan?
Currently the plan is sit tight, because there's been... Yeah, people have been disappearing and everyone's a bit scared. So the plan is currently to lay low, and we're doing our best to locate the seed at the Circle of Flame, but I feel like it's kind of already gone forward. But I have, you know, I also have my spies in other factions, and no one really seems to have seen it. And there's very few people who even will acknowledge that it ever was here. Apart from, you know, Herb. But he's gone now.
Yeah. So on Herb, what was the name of the bar that you all went to? One no one's heard of?
Something about the 7 sins.
And then when did he go missing?
Maybe yesterday? Yesterday evening was probably the day that he went there.
Okay, and do you know anyone he's close to? Anyone who, the fact he's missing, they would be sad and they might know his secrets?
Not really. Here everyone tries to stay clear of everyone else because we all want the top spot. We all want to be the diplomat that gets sent on the secret missions. And that does mean that we don't have many friends within the Circle of Flame.
Okay. Slightly grim way to live. But I know we've talked about that before.
Listen, I find my ways to enjoyment elsewhere.
Yeah. Not cynical enough to think that that's how everyone's living. So what about where did he live?
I don't know.
Okay. House of Herb is a mystery. Can look into that. I know I don't need to tell you this, but be careful. If you need to get out, go to my ship. You can disappear there. No one will find you.
I know, but I feel like this needs people to stop disappearing.
Okay.
I think someone needs to be working on this. And I'm glad it's you, even though I'm worried.
Well, I mean, it's us. We'll make it work. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think we probably need to get off this train. It was good seeing you.
Yeah, see, let's probably get off at different... You never know. Let's get off at different stops.
Yeah. The normal drill.
Cool. Yeah, thank you for, getting me involved with this. I know I wish I could be more helpful, and you know how I feel about helping right the wrongs of the past.
I do, and I hope that you get a chance to do that. I know that you've put a lot of work into it and that you're getting somewhere, but it still feels like there might be a long way to go before the world you want to see can happen.
Okay, I gotta get back to work. And she stands up and will go her way. We'll cut to Billy. What are you doing now?
I guess just going to Thea's place. Just headed over there.
So, Billy, tell me more about you and Dia. This sounds very personal.
When I said no follow-up questions, maybe
I thought they meant after. Can I not be concerned about a friend? Because you seem really stressed.
Is this concern, or is this a desire for gossip?
I think that treating them as mutually exclusive is not entirely fair. I can be concerned, and you know that I can keep secrets. You know how good I am at keeping a secret.
I also know how good you are at using secrets.
I don't know whether to be offended or flattered. But I'm just... okay, fine. What should I expect vibe-wise? Is this going to be hostile? Are you two going to start fucking immediately? What is the vibe?
It will be probably more hostile from my side.
Okay, so she'll be ready to jump those bones.
No, that's not what I meant. I just meant in terms of hostility.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some from her.
Not that
probably
much, because she's been giving you
more
secrets.
From me.
Okay, well, you'll be pleased to know that I brought you a little bit of cologne. That I think will be probably quite help, just a little bit, behind the ears. You have the chocolate that she likes, and I'm just saying, one thing that serves me quite well is to be open to whatever energy is in the room. And just know that if the energy gets fruity, I will happily give you some privacy.
Can't wait for the fruit to happen.
I think there's a higher chance of something happening between the two of you than me going for anything here. So if you at any point want to go for it, feel free.
Noted, with thanks. But just, I feel like you have the inside track here. Would it be worth my time? Like, would it be a good 20 minutes, a mediocre 3 hours? Like, because, we are on a time crunch. Like, would it be worth me penciling in something for, like, a week from now? Or should I just kind of, like, dive right in?
A week from now, she might have forgotten you.
Alright. Noted. Anyway, so where are we headed? Where are we going?
To her house, it's this way.
Okay. Alright. And anyway, okay, now, questions over. There'll be no further questions, no follow-ups, and I, from now on, will keep stum. You'll hear not a peep from my mouth, unless shit gets dire.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I have some of the cologne?
Of course you can.
With no comment added on. Preferably.
None. Here you go.
Thank you.
And I hand Billy a little bottle of cologne.
I want you to know that Billy isn't doing this as smiley as I am, but I'm incapable of not smiling. I'm really struggling, I'm trying.
Oh my god, Ray's having a great time. Just the most fun. Like, the most fun.
Okay, so you get to Raya's door, lights are on.
Raya's door?
It's home.
Dia's door.
No, sorry. Dia, sorry. I know what I'm doing. I'm keeping track.
I think we don't go to the front door. There's probably like a garden door. We'll knock on that.
Cool.
I very carefully, very silently give Billy a knowing look.
I pointedly do not look at Raya.
The door opens. It's one of those like door openings where you can tell that first she looked through like a window to see who was there, and then there's like a rush in the door opening.
I just walk in.
Looks at Raya. Oh, okay. Hi, I guess. Hi, I'm Dia. Come in, I guess.
Have you got we can talk here and it's fine, right? I close the door behind us.
Yeah. Have you been getting my messages?
I got the one today.
Yeah.
And that's the one I'm here to talk about.
Okay. Yep. Nothing else. Looks at Raya.
Once again, I give Billy just the most knowing look. If looks could speak, it would be an, are you sure there's nothing further? Are you certain?
I once again do not look at Raya. I feel the stare burning into the side of my head, and I'm just like, I'm gonna pointedly look away.
Dia just like points you to her couch and is like, just have a seat. Can I get you some tea, some coffee,
No, it's fine.
Some juice, some whiskey.
You can have whatever you want.
Sorry, and I'm not really supposed to be talking, but could I get a tea, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course. Billy, can I talk to you for a second in the kitchen?
Oh, we're a package deal. Sorry.
Sorry. I didn't want to just assume. Sorry. And she like runs off. You hear the kettle boiling and just like a. Okay, you've got this.
Sorry, no, I promise not to speak, but I wanted some tea and I just wanted to clarify that you're not talking to that incredibly cute little person on your own. Is that okay, Billy? Is that alright?
Whatever.
Fabulous. Okay.
I'm just gonna go give the chocolates. Oh wait, are you back already?
I'm back. I'm bringing the tea.
Thank you so much.
No, of course. Please enjoy.
In which case I don't.
Why are
bring
you
chocolates. We needed more information about the exact location
Of...
the seed.
Oh, this is... Do we trust...
Yep.
Okay, we all trust each other here.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Give me 1 second. And you see her, like, get up and close all the curtains in her house and, like, turn the radio off, unplug every electronic device. Yes, this is 1,000 years in the future and we still have plugs in the walls. Okay?
We have radios that people definitely still have regularly.
Okay. And kettles. That's how
It's
it
not a
works.
TV, it's not some sort of futuristic TV, it's a radio.
But there was like a retro resurgence of them, you know?
Yeah. And to be fair, like, things that are wired are more energy efficient than otherwise, so...
That's true. Yeah, like, you see her run upstairs, you hear, like, rustling about, and then she comes back down. Okay, there's a seed. It was taken from a planet that cannot live without the seed.
We know that.
Can I? Okay, are we sure? We trust?
Yep,
Okay,
it's fine.
It's not getting back to me. You know I have important things to do in my
Yes,
career.
I know
can't
you're
just
very
be-
important. Could you please just tell us what you know?
I'm glad you've not changed. So, here's the deal. There's a planet called Demeter. There's a seed inside the planet. Herb went to get it. Herb came back with the seed. Bragged
Herb
about getting
Bob?
the seed. Who's Bob?
I think Bob is the code name for Herb, potentially. Also, who's called Herb on a planet, on a thing that's full of plants? That's okay, it's fine.
Listen. Fuck you!
Sorry, I'm not really meant to be talking, but I just thought it'd be good to have a Herb, white, brown beard, snake tattoo.
That'll be him. That's Herb.
Cool.
He's the like last guy who's been sent off on like the important missions. So I've not had my mission yet. So I'm like as far as I can go until I do the mission. But they're not letting me go on a mission yet.
Maybe they're
But it should come
trustworthy.
soon. Right, because you're so trustworthy. And anyways, back to Herb. He's disappeared. Herb. He's gone. He
With the seed?
he went to this like... So, no. What I said was true. The seed got processed and sent off, as they do, to the gondoliers. But then when I was snooping around, it wasn't there anymore. And I'm not sure where it is. I shouldn't be telling you this. I've been spying on this this woman from the Circle of Flame. She's got this like network of people who I think hate Hegemone. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, she's looking into it as well. This is big. Be careful.
I think that's...
No.
Okay,
Enough.
don't worry about her. We
Okay.
need to- that's
I guess
probably
Raya, be
fine.
careful.
Yeah. Just as this is a DM aside, has Dia lied to us at any point? Yeah.
Roll. You can definitely roll something. To see.
I have like looking into a mirror. You can always tell when someone is lying to you. It's my special
Ooh.
ability. Ha.
Tasty.
So has Dia lied to us at any point? Yeah.
There's been no lie about the seed. There's been camouflaging of true emotions.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But there's been no lie about the seed, there's been no lie about the spying, there's been no lie about Dia just poking things that she really shouldn't be poking.
Fab.
But yeah, the seed, I wanted to find it just so I can like make everyone pleased with me. I'm not sure. I think I might have brought it back. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
What do you mean you
think
brought
he
it
might
back?
have brought it back?
No, I feel like if I found it, I could bring it back to Demeter.
Oh. Right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here was my initial thought. My initial thought was this is all a test for me specifically that
Because
I need
everything's
to
about
find
you.
the seed and bring it back so I can prove that I'm going to pretend you didn't just say that.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I figured out it's not at all about me at all. Herb's gone missing. He was kind of annoying, but he was like, he's just a guy, and I kind of want to find him. And then I was looking into it, and then lots of people are talking about other people disappearing, and no one really knows where they go. But it's always people who, like, at some point did something that the leaders didn't like, and I don't know. It felt scary. And then I was like, I don't want to be looking into this on my own anymore. Oh, no, I have no friends. And then I messaged you, and I think that might have been a mistake.
Why? I'm looking into it.
Once again, I'm going to double check. Has Dia been lying?
No lies.
No lies. Okay, fantastic.
I will let you know if there is a lie.
Thank you. Much appreciate.
I mean, you're right, it would be easier if you had friends. But there's a reason you don't. So, why? Is that all you know?
Just
Do you know if Cersei's involved at all?
I don't know. I think Cersei's not... Has Cersei been in her office?
Yes.
Cool. Because I, as far as I knew, she's been helping Medea and Hecate deal with, like, some sort of problem with the Sparkerites. Might have been done, I don't know. But yeah.
What's wrong with
There's something about
Sparkerites?
this seed, and it feels like something, the atmosphere, it's weird. I don't know, I don't understand anything about science. I only deal with, like, plants and history. But yeah, there's a... I don't know. I don't really know if I should be speaking to you about this at all, because you could just rat me out and then I'd be fucked.
Oh, we would never.
Don't fuck people over? That's something I don't do.
Right, that's why you just abandon your family.
They're fine. They're doing okay. It's only
Okay,
abandoning if they need you.
Right.
What would
'cause
you
can
know
make-
anyway?
You can make that call.
What would you know?
What? Sorry, what?
What would
Huh?
you know?
Nothing.
that?
It's not like I've been in nothing. I don't know. That's a lie.
Yeah. That's sorry, not to interrupt this. Just salacious
again?
levels. A friend. So, just to make sure that we have this all together, and Billy, I'll apologize later. Don't worry. So, our would-be thief / would-be genocidal maniac has disappeared. Cersei is working with Medea and Hecate. By the way, as an aside, do we know who they are?
They're the leaders of the Sparkerite.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so this is so above our pay grade, but it's why we're here. And you two have a load of history. Because I am a nosy cow, I actually want to roll consort to try and convince Dia to trust me and spill the
Okay.
beans.
In front
So I've got two, and I have 2 dots in consort. Yes, Billy, right in front of you, because it's
I'm
your
not
fault for
against it.
trusting Rhea. Anyway, I'm gonna roll my 2d6. Got a 5. Gimme.
Sorry, but when you say we have a lot of history, can I just throw in not as much as we could have had, and then you can carry on?
You don't spot it, Billy, because you're consumed with anger right now. But I think, Rhea, you do notice that this hurts Dia. The realization of what could have been. is difficult. Okay. Dia's going to immediately put the like mask of I'm annoyed at you back on, and be like, well, you know, we had a fling. We had a fling at university. We had a fling, as people do at university, and then we went our separate ways. Mm-hmm. And now, for some reason, Billy can't forgive me for it.
I'm gonna pointedly start eating the chocolate. I'm just eating it myself.
The chocolate that is Dia's favourite chocolate.
Yes.
So, here's the thing. I know Billy. Billy may have the whole grumpy thing, but is actually kind of a teddy bear. So just like, this is for me, for Billy, actually, as a friend, you know, out of concern.
Yes,
is there really no way that I can help the two of you? Is there no way that I can just help the two of you work this out? You know, is there nothing I can do?
Do you have the ability to time travel? And unfuck up my entire university?
You see progressively, the two of you see Dia getting sadder and sadder. Until she
Billy,
like eventually just like sits down.
Billy, be nice,
and, like,
okay?
Her feet.
She's obviously brokenhearted over this, and evidently really wants to work this out. But you know what? Before we go, Dia, honey, is there anything else that you know?
Can I talk to Billy privately?
Sure. But before I scarp her, just let you know, my name is Rhea Callas. I work over at the foundation. If ever you need somewhere to drink, or you have any other vices that you want to indulge discreetly, just pop me a message and I'll make sure you are well taken care of. Toodles.
I remember it.
And then
Toodles.
Rhea pisses off, smug as you like.
I think as soon as you leave the door, Dia is now like crying, actual tears of crying. I'm a terrible person, and I am sorry for what I did to you, and I need you. There was an end to that sentence, but I need you. I need you in my life, and I need you on Hegemone. This is what's happening with the seed. I tried to make it sound not the worst. It's huge. It's huge. I've been snooping. This is the biggest thing ever, and I need you back. And I don't need you. We don't need to get back into a relationship. That's not what I'm asking. I just need the friendship back, because I can't trust anyone, and I know it's my fault, and I owe you explanations. And
am I gonna get any of those?
I guess it was your parents, Billy,
What?
who asked me to dump you. And they made a good point that I was distracting you from choosing a good path, and they asked me to dump you so that you would be too sad to continue with university, and you could finally get back to them. And
you decided that was what was best for
They
me?
would get me into the circle of flame.
Oh, great. Fucking what?
I
And you were just giving me shit!
did.
Like 2 seconds ago! For abandoning my family. And you're telling me they purposely
Because-
tried to fuck me over?
You should have gone back to them. Why didn't you go back to them?
Because I didn't want to
They
go
needed
there.
you back home. If they asked me to do this,
You know, a conversation is what
Why
people
not?
would normally do if something is like that big. just a simple conversation to me, if you're trying to dictate what happens in my life. Because I get to decide that. And maybe that's why I didn't go back.
I know that now. And I am sorry. But now that I've told you this, I am scared that everything I have and have worked for in the Circle of Flame will be taken from me.
Well, how are they going to fucking know? Because I'm not going to change how I treat you. You still made the decision. It was still shitty. So, it's fine.
I know. I know. I think you should leave now.
Yep. I'll leave the box with like one chocolate left.
I think try to find a way to... You know what they say. The Oracle has all the answers. I am working on a plan to get myself in front of her soon. That involves me revealing that I've been spying on Cara Lynch, which probably means they'll get rid of me.
Why? Cara Lynch isn't a problem. Stop spying on her.
What do you know about... How do you know Cara Lynch?
I know things.
You know, if we just worked together on this, we probably would have cracked it already.
I don't think so.
High opinion you have of me.
It's a deserved
She eats
opinion.
the chocolate.
Like, leave. Question, was Rhea listening at the door?
I am waiting. I tried to. But I got the gist at most. No detail. So.
I'm like power
Are you
walking.
gonna tell me?
You can keep up with the power walking.
So,
I am
Billy.
power walking.
Billy, I would apologize for invading your privacy. I don't think that's going to work though. So instead, I'm just going to say that some stuff has obviously gone down between the two of you. And I'm sorry. If ever you do want to talk about it, I have been through some messy breakups myself. I'm here. And I am not going to pry into this any further. Your business. This is so obviously so deeply personal. It has nothing to do with anything that can make me a buck or even fuel my gossip mill. So there is no value in me disrespecting your privacy any further. And so I apologize for giving value of apology. But I am here to be a friendly ear if ever you need one.
Do you remember any like promises you made like truly just like half an hour ago?
Yes, I did. Another thing, like,
So I don't think I'll be telling you stuff. We'll just decide that that's fine.
fair. I earned that one. I will give you that. But also know that, you know what, if ever you want to have Dia ruined, like genuinely in a way that she can never come back from, let me know. I can make it happen.
I think, to be fair, it sounds like I can make it happen, so it doesn't matter. I appreciate the offer.
Okay. You're welcome. Shall we reconvene briefly, and then if needed, I can go and have a chat with Ida.
Yep. If you just head on to I'm gonna stop by my locker and I'll join you.
Okay, cool. So I head off. So I'm gonna go off and talk to Ida to see if I can find anything about stuff and things.
Cool. We're just going to quickly run the locker scene first, if that's
Yes.
all right.
When I was in the Gondolier's labs, I grabbed a box, and I'd just like to put that in my locker and see if there's anything in
Cool.
there.
So you open your locker, and what you see in there is the plant that you left yesterday is still there.
Shit.
Oh, do you want to do anything else?
This was my way of... Okay. I'll just I assume I have post-its or something somewhere. And I'm just going to scribble a note of everything okay, ? And then leave it in the locker with the two plants. And
Okay. Cool. Back to Ida.
I go to Ida's office. And just quickly look through the little window to make sure there's nobody in there. I assume there isn't. No. So I just walk in and, hey darling.
Hi babes, how have you been? I haven't seen you. You weren't here the other day.
I know. You know how my life is. Stuff happens.
I know.
So
You're a busy bee.
As always, booked and busy.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, trust me. I know it's kind of. I'm not going to tell you. I just have.
Okay. I do a little bit want to know.
You know what? When shit dies down and I can no longer get hung and quartered for it, trust me, you'll be the first one to know.
Cool. No, I
have a couple of questions.
Sure.
They're gonna be weird, but babe,
How on the scale of super weird to not really weird?
We're talking, big boss man himself, his pants fall down and a hamster falls out of his arse levels of weird. It's gonna be a weird fucking question. Okay? Just stay with me.
Am I gonna be in trouble?
If you're careful, you won't be.
I can do careful. You know I can do careful.
I know you can do careful. I know you can do discreet. Are there any big new exhibits going up?
No.
None.
No, and she's looking through her papers have I missed anything?
No.
God.
Have any...
I'm already doing so bad at this job.
What do you mean?
If I've missed a new exhibit...
Oh, no, honey, trust me. This is something that wouldn't be announced yet. It's more that, if there is a new enclosure going up, a big old one being closed down, just a big shift in resources that's starting, but won't truly get going for at least 6 months.
You know what? I'm gonna go ask Plutus about it.
No, don't. No, it's okay. You don't need to ask anything. Please don't.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
This is not something, because when I'm saying this is weird and this is big, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if. Anyway,
how many pies do you currently have fingers inside?
More than I have fingers and toes, babe. So, another question. I've heard on the grapevine, a little birdie has told me.
The grapevine.
The grapevine.
The convenient grapevine that you have.
The convenient grapevine. My little vine of grapes. Like, look at me, Dionysus himself. I have heard, perchance, that some people may not have shown up for work lately. Among the circle of flame, a couple of gondoliers, a couple of sparkrights. Has anyone in the foundation just
loads
not shown up for work?
Yeah, there's people gone every day, but there's about as many people who go as people who come in, so we're not asking questions.
Okay, like anybody who's like kind of important, just not showing up for work.
To be honest, babes, it's a bit of everyone. People just go missing and no one's asking for them, so...
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna tell you this, babe, for the next couple of days, just keep your head down. Don't ask too many questions. And again, I promise, the moment I can tell you what's happening, you know I will. You know
I don't get
will.
worried about you, but I'm worried about you.
Honey, like, I'm fine. I'm just I'm pushing the boat out a little bit. You know? Nothing to worry about, nothing to stress over. I'm just saying, this is because I don't want you to risk your shiny new job. That's it. Like, I'm just running, I'm just cooking something that's a little bit bigger than usual. And if you get a little bit too close, you know, you're a new line manager, and you know that I want to see you succeed. I want to see you, like, get up there. I just don't want you entangled in this. That's all. That's it. I'll be fine. You know me.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm scared. Because I know you.
I don't know whether to be insulted or flattered. Honey, trust me. I got this. I am all good. Now, I'm going to leave you and do your little line managery things.
Yeah.
If you do hear anything about, like, just some resources being shifted around, big changes to the rota, anything like that.
Are you sure you don't want me to ask around?
I am positive. Absolutely positive. Okay, but I don't want any heat getting to you when you're in a brand new job, because, like, you know how I do, it's not exactly kosher. So I am gonna let you go be a big line manager boss ass bitch, and when all this dies down in a couple of days, we'll go get drinks, kiki, and I want to hear all about what's coming next. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Love you, babe.
Love you, babes.
Bye.
Bye.
So I leave, having learned basically nothing of use.
So you've learned something important, which is that at least at her level,
no one knows anything.
There's no plans to have the seed anywhere in the park.
Yeah. Which means that this is definitely not for the amusement park. This is somebody's personal little project. Also, that somebody could probably infiltrate the foundation quite easily because people come and go so often. Okay. So let's head back to the ship.
So all of you meet together back at the ship. And where do you want to go now?
I think I start with I know who's following your friend. It's the I told her to back off.
It's Dia.
Yeah, she knew she was, like, looking into stuff. And she's been snooping, so she was spying on the person who was doing the most snooping and spying.
Okay, so as you know, Kara is one of my very good friends. It's important that we make sure we actually do sure on this. Like, how sure are you that Dia, one, is the person doing this, and two, isn't being, asked by someone else to do it? And, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I can just message her now if you want. I don't care.
Are we sure she's being completely truthful to you? How much do we trust her? Because if I say to Kara, look, it's Dia, like, I need
she's
to
being
know
honest.
that. She's being honest.
I know that. Yeah. I mean, she is lying about her feelings. That bitch is heartbroken. Woo! Is she heartbroken? Trying to hide it, not that well. But in terms of like everything that she told us is the truth.
Okay.
You could probably even...
Unless
No,
she
'cause she wants
said
to
it's some
get ahead.
extra stuff. Actually, Billy, when I left the room, you didn't discuss anything more about our situation. I mean, it felt like that was just more the two of you working through your personal stuff. Did anything else come up?
Just that she thought that we'd have solved it if we worked together. Which is a lot of audacity for someone who had to, get someone to give them a role in the company. Couldn't even work their way into it, but
I mean, they've worked their way up since then, or have they had handouts the whole way up?
I mean, who knows?
Okay.
No, you know.
We love a little bit of nepotism.
What do I know? I know that she
You
got
know-
her first job.
You know that, so her first job was your parents. That was what she revealed. But what you know of Dia is that she is a nepotism baby through and through. And like from what you know from what you all know from the Circle of Flame, that's the only way in.
Classic Circle of Flame.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, it's Circle of Flames. How many people are actually working their way up?
Yeah, fair. Okay, well, I think I'm going to need to think that one through a little bit because so is Dia not following Kara anymore? Is that what
I mean,
she's
I asked
agreed?
her not to, but also I think she would do what she could to get ahead.
Okay.
I mean, she said she wants to get the seed returned to Demeter, but also
get herself moved upwards in the process.
I don't know. I don't know what a priority.
I mean, she must realise those two things do not go in tandem in this situation. It's either return the seed to Demeter, career suicide, or it's don't return the seed of Demeter and throw Kara under the bus. There is not.
And I don't know which way she'd go.
I mean, I think, Billy, a deeply personal entreaty from you, personally, in a very personal and intimate fashion, would probably go a long way.
I said I could text.
She loves you. You do know that, right? She loves you a lot. Enough. Because she risked a lot by telling you about the gondoliers. She risked a lot. So if she was like just
I think she feels incredibly
amoral,
guilty.
she feels it. But that's the thing. For her to feel guilty, she has to give a shit. She has to give actually quite a lot of shits.
I don't really care. If
I don't. Okay,
the way
the
she decides
point-
to navigate her feelings is just to decide what's right for you. That seems like a...
This isn't about how she feels about how you feel, how whatever. The point is here that she cares enough about your opinion of her to risk her own career advancement to share secret information. Yeah?
Yes.
So, a personal entreaty from you with a little bit of hope dangling on the end of it. I mean, you can, like, sack her off later. That does not matter. Like, whatever. But just the sprinkling, the suggestion, the creation of hope is a powerful thing. A powerful thing.
I'm gonna just send a message that says, if you stop following Kara, I will work on being less openly hostile.
No, I think we can think bigger than that. I think we can think bigger. Now, when
Go
we...
Go back to her house. Just, like, beg a little bit, you know? Do you have no... Of course you don't. Sorry, my mistake. But just trust me. It'll work. It always
Listen, I know I've been working on the whole lying thing. I don't think I could go that far. I think that's beyond me.
Fair.
That's worse than the sky is purple.
Fine.
That was a good one, by the way, Billy.
Thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, actually, that was great. I'm very proud.
I'm now realising that maybe it's because, like, I have seen, like, sunsets and stuff. That's maybe where that one worked. The sky's green. There we go.
We'll work on it. Anyway, so...
Let's think bigger, right? I'm not just thinking bigger in terms of you go to her house. I'm thinking, at the moment, the two options that are on the table for her are career suicide plus good morals, or bad morals, progress career. I think we might be able to give her a third option. And if she is as one-track minded as you say she is, we could get her on side. So, like, I've trusted you guys with my life when we've been on missions, but that doesn't mean I've necessarily trusted you with information this secret before. So I really need you to tell me that you can keep this a secret.
God's honor.
And when I say that, it's because I know that you two believe that hegemony is vile, that the whole concept is vile, and this is actually something which could sort that. So this is not like gossip, secret, let's tell. This is serious, like genuinely, this could make the world a better place.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't tell anyone. I'm pretty good at secrets.
Okay. All right, in which case I'm trusting you. So Kara has been a part of the Circle of the Flame for a long time. She, during that time, has changed her opinion of the whole system of hegemony. Previously, she was very hardcore believer, didn't really question that stealing the plants from planets all over the universe that were important to these indigenous cultures and destroying a lot of plants along the way so that there wouldn't be a competitor to seeing them in this single place. She didn't really question that. Basically, the various things happened, which means she has now changed her mind on that and has been internally within the Circle of Flame creating a group of people who believe the same thing and would like to take over control of the Circle of Flame and to change how hegemony is run. Now, as you can imagine, that puts her at risk. It puts everyone in her network dramatically at risk, but it also means that if they succeed, and Dia was a part of it, she could move dramatically quickly up the career ladder. And let's be honest, if there's ever something that's going to change the minds of people within the Circle of the Flame, is an atrocity as bad as this. If there's ever going to be momentum on their side, I feel like this is probably it.
You're probably right. How about you just tell me what to say, I'll write a letter, you can go deliver it and say it was from me. I'm not talking again. I'll do that. It's a handwritten note that's meant to be
Conrad,
personal.
I think that's fair. Fair.
So this is like a out of character mechanic-y thought. Is this letter needs to be the best goddamn entreaty you've ever heard in your entire freaking life?
I don't think we can do this via letter yet. I think we need to know more about Dia. I think this needs to be played smartly to weave things in. I don't think we can just tell her everything we need to tell her in one letter and just be like, now make your decision about the lives of all of our friends.
Basically, I think my point is that is there a role in here somewhere? With this being, because we're thinking about kind of like a mechanicsy bit, with like one or more of us rolling with like taking extra stress because this is so important. Is it worth?
I guess it depends which way you're deciding to go. There can totally be a role for the efficiency of the letter that you're writing, and I don't have a problem with that. It's just, are you all agreed that that's what you're doing?
I'm not sure. Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, if we do, with the teamwork thing of lead a group, could we use that if we're all working on it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the leading the group. It would. I'm mostly there, so it's my handwriting writing.
I wonder if there's a way here. When it go back to this is me as Ace. So
Yeah.
I don't think I feel comfortable telling Dia about Kara without Kara's permission
Of course.
That's fair.
and Kara's network. If Dia's been the one who's following Kara, Dia already knows this probably, so there is that to consider. I think we could send a letter to Dia that really pulls on the heartstrings of saving the seed is the right thing to do. You're not the person I thought you would if you don't do that. And also pulls on the heartstrings of, oh my god, do not throw Kara under the bus. That would be a horrible thing to do. I would never forgive you, never go back with you. I think we can do that. I think the pulling Dia into the fold is a separate decision that we maybe need to like manage a bit more. See how she responds to the first thing, go from there.
Yeah, I think pulling her into a revolutionary conspiracy. Big step.
Big step. I think it takes time to get someone there.
Yeah, but I think finding a way to convince her, even convincing her that it would be in her own best interest to not participate in literal genocide. Because even if it's just like, you know that if it gets out that Hegemone destroyed a planet for a goddamn amusement park ride, yeah, tourist numbers would fall. Oh, and by the way, it's not for an exhibit. I know that. I'm not going to tell you how I know that, but I know that.
Do I know anything about the seed to know if it would be useful in some way? Like, if utilising it is helpful in some way?
Absolutely not, apart from if what you wanted to do was to destroy Demeter. The seed has no value. You can't. Like, there's no way for something else to grow out of it unless, like, Hegemony gets transformed into just a second Demeter. But, like, the seed, like, I think you're starting to piece together with the knowledge that it's not getting placed anywhere.
So it's more about destroying?
You're starting to piece together that maybe the whole point of this was to destroy Demeter rather than to increase the... Like, the fact that the Foundation doesn't know about it is a huge clue as to what it will end up being used for.
Yeah.
And if it isn't to attract tourists, then the only thing you know about the seed is that it's just destroying Demeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you that when you say that it's not being an exhibition. I'm like, the only reason it's any good is if someone wants Demeter destroyed. So maybe we need to find out who has serious hatred for Demeter for whatever reason.
I mean, it's a logging planet. Like, it supplies some great timber. So unless fucking, IKEA wants to take it down.
Space IKEA.
Unless we have, Space Oak Furniture Land really not liking the competition from Demeter. I don't... Like, it's not...
Who provides the second best lumber? Make up a
I
plan
don't know
right
anything
now.
about logging.
Right now, Make up a plan.
Greek god of wood.
Of Oak Furniture Land.
of IKEA.
I mean, you can call it Argos. I don't...
No.
It's a god, right? From something.
Sylvanus. Sylvanus is from the wrong mythology, but it fits.
There we go.
Maybe it's Sylvanus. I feel like potentially not. Not because the GM wasn't prepared for that question.
Sylvanus is key in this investigation.
Of course. But
Ooh. As Rhea, does Rhea know any dirt on anyone that is to do with Demeter?
I can say, do I know any prominent Demetans who are knocking around Hegemone?
No, you do feel like there's pieces of the puzzle that you don't have quite yet, and this is above in terms of like the hierarchy. This is clearly something that was decided secretly amongst the absolute top leaders of Hegemony, and Herb was just dumb enough to go and talk about it, but no one should have known. Like, the fact that you're even looking into this means that unknowingly, eventually, there's going to be a target on your back.
Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like we have a lot of pieces. I don't think the seed is in there. But I do think that something that we need quite a lot, either a piece of information we need quite a lot, will be in Sarsi's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also could try and work out where Herb disappeared.
Yeah.
We know the last bar he was in was called the Seven Sins. We could potentially, if we know where his office is or anything, go and find his records of what he's been up to.
Before we go to his office, I'm gonna look into where he was. That bar shouldn't even be open anymore. But I'll go and find out. Neither of you are coming with me. Neither of you are gonna ask any follow-up questions. If you do, I will lie. Okay? I will lie.
I think we've established this is not how we do business in Sage Against the Machine. Billy wants to wander off by themselves. We don't let Billy wander off. We're not just going to let you wander off.
This time, when I tell you that this place shouldn't be open anymore, this place shouldn't be open anymore. I thought I'd made sure of it. And so, I know it is pretty rich for me to ask you all to trust me on this. But I would really like, if at all possible, for you two, just this once, to trust me on this.
Ace is going to turn to Billy and just look at Billy and be like, I think you get to make this call.
I'm actually good at making, like, letting people handle their own business and not getting involved, so you're welcome to. You can go do that. That's fine.
Oh, thank you. Incredible. Fantastic. So, this is the moment where I'm going to go to 7 essential sins.
Can I turn to Ace and say you should follow them?
I will get my prowl on.
Okay.
And with this betrayal, we're going to end episode 2.
Hey!
Can I add a last note?
Go ahead.
With them two both gone, I'm going to go to Dia's.
This 3-way betrayal.
Oh my god.
Incredible. I'm obsessed with this.
Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Join us next week to see what could go wrong. What could go wrong? Everyone betraying everyone. What more could go wrong? Join us on Patreon if you feel like it, if you feel like seeing more info, more behind the scenes, more secrets, if you want to know about future campaigns in advance, then join us on Patreon if you want to. We'll gladly have you there. And if you can't afford to, that's fine. Talk about us to your friends, share us, retweet the tweets on social media. We are at Blanket Fort RPG everywhere, and we will see you next week. Bye!